success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made.
Ever since when I was young, I never dreamed of becoming an employee. I want to be an employer, and I want to make better the lives of the people around that area. Try to help them out, send them to school.
So what's your biggest failure?
Marriage, maybe. Because I think my personality is so strong.
So what's your advice to couple to keep a healthy relationship?
You have to be happy with each other. Whatever growth between both parties, they have to work out with your marriage through the business. Because if you will not accept each other, whatever your strength, whatever his strength, it becomes a competition. And if you become competitive like that, there will be jealousy and relationships just break.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself successful now?
I think so, very.
What is success to you?
Every building that we supervise here becomes a trophy. And every time I go around Makati, anywhere I go, in Manila, you can see all the buildings we did. I'm very happy because it's our contribution to humanity. It's not just the fee, it's how you do it properly for everybody to be safe when they go into that building. So, and I really think that that is part of our legacy to everybody. That when you come into this building, you'll be safe here because we help building this building.
What's your best advice to Filipinos not to stop dreaming?
They should not stop dreaming because if they work harder, they will get there. I promise you they will get there. It's just that some people dream and then no action. If you dream, you have to move with action. And then you will get there.
So dream plus action, so equals success.
Yeah.
That's a good one. With so many changes in the Philippines, technology, innovation, but what is the thing that you think Filipinos should not change?
Culture. The friendly culture, the smiles, the warmth of the Filipinos. I miss that when I'm abroad. And they're very talented. I really believe in our local talent. That's why I send away the expats. Because, I'm not anti-expats, but then when you teach them, they produce the job the same as them.
Yes.
So I can't believe how talented these people are, and make the dream a reality. Continue dreaming until you get old. That's all you need to do.
Wow.
And you will get
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yes. Cons, what's a pleasure listening to you this morning.
Thank you, Rebecca. It was great to be here.
So can you share us about your childhood story, where you came from? What made you come to Philippines?
Grew up in Germany. I'm German. Then lived a bit in different places for a while. So I started out in Scotland, then studied in Switzerland, and then started my working life in Germany, in Berlin.
When you were a kid, do you really know what you want to be?
But yeah, I think I started out in the internet industry because we saw that it's going to be a big growth industry. It's a dynamic industry where you can set up new companies and grow to significant market share fairly quickly. So it's still an open playing field, and that's what has attracted me to the industry some years ago, and that's I think what's still very much true also for young entrepreneurs, particularly here in Southeast Asia, where the whole internet economy is just getting started.
How about teenager? Because the millennials right now totally different. Were you like millennials before? How do you think now?
Yeah, pretty close, I think. I think millennials in the way that Zalora is very much a millennial company. I think our average age is something like 25. So we have a couple of hundred of millennials working together with a little bit of adult supervision. So I think millennials, or the young workforce in general, wants to really know what they work for every day and wants to have a real impact themselves and feel that they can create something.
Why you decided to invest in Philippines?
I think Philippines is a fantastic country, both want to visit and to live in, as well as want to do business in, right? The fastest growing or second fastest growing economy in Asia over the past couple of years. Very dynamic, population that is young and very open to new things. So I think there's a lot of potential in the economy, both now and over the next 10 years. But at the same time, it's also a very, very welcome and hospitable place to live. So.
Constant, as you know, Philippines is really, we believe it's growing because we're Filipinos. But you being a foreigner, what do you think your best advice for future investors to invest here?
I mean, let's focus for once on what actually makes it very easy to do business and what are the advantages that we have as a country. And I think first of all we have great people, right? We have a workforce that is generally well educated. The standards of schooling and universities is pretty high, and we have people who are very courageous, passionate, hardworking, looking to make a mark for themselves. So I think if you can tap into that human potential, then you really have a good setup here.
So with that, what is your best advice to Filipinos to use technology for good?
I mean, I think we need to embrace technology because it's coming anyway, whether we want it or not, and it's changing the world around us, right? So we better get on the front seat of those developments. I think one thing that I personally like a lot about the internet is that it brings down barriers, right? So if you're a young entrepreneur and you want to set up a new company and you do it online, the capital you need is much lower than what you would need for a physical business. Your restrictions are much less, so you can really try things out and find your own product market fit. And in the same way, it brings down geographical barriers, right? So I mean, we're very tech-forward young population. We're all English-speaking. We're very kind of open-minded towards things that are going on all across the world.
What's your best advice to our millennials or the future leaders for them to start believing in themselves like what you did to yourself?
Yeah, the world is there for us to find our place in it and to do our own small part in shaping it. So I think my advice would be believe in yourself and believe in what you can do. In particular, in this new age, I think we're no longer limited so much by the area we live in or by the circumstances that we grew up in. I think there's a lot more opportunity, and I think it's on us as the young generation to take that and to find something we are passionate about and something that we're also good at. And I think where what you're good at meets with what you're passionate about, then work is no longer so much work, but it becomes something like a mission, and you can really enjoy what you're doing, and then hopefully be successful at the end.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure meeting you, and welcome to the show called Self-Made.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be in your lovely country.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know, listening to you just now, it makes me excited to know more. Can you share us about your childhood?
I was a naughty kid.
No. I don't like to use the naughty, and you're the one who used it, okay?
No, I got myself mixed up in the wrong groups as a youngster. I always wanted to get up to mischief. I always wanted to get up to the wrong things to do, which was drilled into me not to do by my mother, but I would still disobey and go and do the wrong thing. And then one day I just decided I need more discipline. And I was walking past, and this is true, I was walking past the careers office for the Navy, for the Air Force and the Army. They're all in this one street, and the Navy and the Air Force would not entertain me because I didn't have any educational background.
What changed you from the wrong side to the good side?
I met the most lovely woman ever, my wife. She was German, and she said to me, look, what are you going to do if you leave the army? I said, I don't know. She said, well, for us and the kids, because we already had 2 kids at that stage, I think the army's the right thing. So I said, okay, then I have to stop being stupid. I have to then go for the army and go for a career. So,
what is your attitude in facing life challenges?
You've got to face any life challenges full frontal. You've got to face it. You've got to sit back, look at what the issues are and then come up with your plan how you're going to get out of it. Everybody fails, and it is hard sometimes to accept that failure. And sometimes you just have to sit back, think, and then reassess the situation and attack it from a different angle, and you'll overcome it.
You have kids, and how these millennials think. Sometimes a lot of kids, especially the boys, like your background, right? They're not naughty, but more on, they're so independent and secure. What's your best advice to them?
Education. It educates you, it disciplines you, and more so, it gives you that sense of ownership to an organisation. You can still become, I know lots of people who have left the military and started their own business, and they're booming. So you can go your own after, but get that discipline of being at the right place, at the right time, with the right equipment to do what you're supposed to do. Now, what I mean by discipline is the timekeeping side. I have never been late in my life for an appointment. Never. Okay.
What is next to job?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything more. I'm wanting to enjoy the Philippines and enjoy my retirement.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
I am Rebecca Bustamante, and this is Self-Made.